Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time I have a new game for you, just to introduce you a Falcon 4. This game was initially released in 1998, so just 1 year after the F-16 Fighting Falcon released by the Digital Integration. And basically this was released just a year after this amazing game, and you will see a huge or a big step in realism, like in the flight model, if in the weapon effects. Basically this game was like a big rock in a calm lake. It brings so many changes, so many new things, like the clickable or fully clickable cockpit, so you can use all your switches in the cockpit. You can use all your displays, and brings the let me just slightly put down the music. It's very loud here. So it brings also the fully dynamic campaign, and this is the main positive thing about this game. Even the today game like DCS doesn't have this full dynamic campaign, which will bring you directly into the battle. Like you have real feel of the war which is going on background, and you are just a small part of it. You can somehow do some of your small task, but you cannot basically change the heading of the war. So you are just a small soldier, small pilot inside the big war machine, and you can feel it in every moment when you play this game. Basically, I've already did set up my logbook, so it's already set up. I flew just one mission, probably just to check my settings, check my joystick. I already set all the keys, all the axes on my joystick, so should be pretty okay. And I started the new campaign in Korea. I flew just one mission. As you can see here, it's just flight hours, 1 point out flight hours. I was able to shoot down 3 MiGs in the first mission. It was like 2 MiG-19s, 2 MiG-19s, 1 MiG-21. And I was able to destroy some 6 air-to-ground kills. It was some SA-2 SAM sites, basically, and that's why I have already this air medal here. So I was awarded on the first mission. So let's keep my logbook like it is. That's my save game, but I'm gonna delete it now. I'm just gonna start the campaign here from the beginning. So basically you can it's just the Korea theater available here. You can pick from 3 different phases of the Korean War. The first is the Tiger Spirit operation, where you can see that the South Korea is way behind the borders. It was simply this situation appeared few weeks after the war. First, initially, when the North Korea start attacking the South Korea, they were in front of the Seoul, and then the US Army and the other allied forces joined the South Korea to help them stop this communist raid from coming from the north. So they freed the Seoul, and they start pushing these North Korean soldiers back to the north, even to the Pyongyang. So here somewhere is the Pyongyang, the capital of the North Korea. And they were pretty much able to push these North Korean forces very high to the north. And after this push, the Chinese communists, and they say it was like volunteers, but it was like hundreds, thousands of soldiers just coming from the north, and then they pushed like the South Korean and the American soldiers way back here behind this Busan. This is the Busan Air Base, Daegu, but this part of the South Korea is called Busan. I don't know, Busan something. maybe you can check the maps, and it's this last part when they were like Busan perimeter. Okay, you can see it here. So basically, this south part is what was remaining from the South Korea back then. So North Korea, together with the Chinese forces and some Russian instructors, Russian pilots flying basically in the MiG-15s for the Korea, were able to push these Allied forces back to this. And since then, the America again sent more soldiers into this war, more tanks, more aircrafts, and they were able to establish this situation here. So basically, this is the rolling fire operation where they agreed to stop on the 38. 38, how is it called? I don't know. This the line above the on the globe. 38 something. I don't know how to call it. Sorry for that. So basically, I'm going to start this Korean campaign from this rolling fire situation. So basically, the North Korea, the South Korea has its like correct own borders like today, and we'll see how the war will evolve. The goal of the North Korea is to capture the capital Seoul. The goal of the South Korea is to capture the Northern Korean capital Pyongyang. So basically, that's the end of the war. So that's the victory conditions for me. Basically, when you start the new career, new campaign, you can select from any base you can see here. Most of them are equipped with F-16, so basically you can see these 35th Squadron equipped with 12 F-16s, the C variant or the Block 52, C-30, C-40. Here F5, for example, you can fly even for the F5 in this game. It's no problem. Although you will have like F-16 cockpit, you won't have like, for example, radar, just because the F5 doesn't have the radar. So you will have the F-16 cockpit, but the flight model, the avionics, will be from the F5. So there is just F-15. You can also fly it for F-15, F-15E variant, C-52, C-40, A-10, F-4, F4. So this is Osan Air Base, Suwon Air Base. Maybe I'm gonna pick this Osan Air Base here and the F-16C 52. Just for you, which who you know this game. Basically, that this game looks somehow different than it used to be, than it used to look back then. Just because I've installed the Super Pack number 4 here, so you can see it's F4 Super Pack. It's been developed by the modding community back then. Maybe it came few years when the vanilla and original F4 has been released. It simply improved the graphics, it improves the stability of the game, just because the original F4 wasn't very stable in the multiplayer. When you play multiplayer with someone, it very often crashes. So this Super Pack simply introduced like more detailed cockpit, better graphics, better terrain, some new aircrafts like flyable in this game, and many like stability changes in the code. So that's why I'm using this version. Basically, when this game came out, it has just the positive ratings, just the positive reviews by all the like magazines or gaming magazines, and it was like completely complete like magic when this appeared. I remember that I had like some AMD K6-2 computer back then when this game came out. I had some demo of it, just a short flying. I was able to just fly very shortly there, and I was amazed by how this game looks. I remember that I do not I couldn't select like the highest details back then, just because it was like slideshow. Very big drop of the frame rate. So I had to reduce the details. But even that the game looked amazing. I remember all those effects coming from the F-16 when you were turning, the realistic of the flight model of the cockpit. I was really amazed in 1998. It was amazing. So let's start this campaign. The rating is Ace. Okay, so I spent a lot of hours in this game, so I might be able to handle Ace status. I will keep these settings like by default. It is recommended that you, for example, lower the priority of these like areas which are way behind the front line. It's very recommended, and you just increase the priority of these areas here in front, where you can expect most enemies. You can also change this mission type, like the priority of the mission types. Basically, the most important in the start is the offensive counter-air. This basically destroys the North Korean air bases. Therefore, they are unable to take off from the bases, and that's the magic of the dynamic campaign. Basically, in this game, when you destroy any enemy airfield, for example, it's out of operation for, let's say, 2 days. There is a day 1, 9 o'clock in the morning. You can see it in the top right corner. And basically, when you destroy any airfield, it's out of the operation until some engineering squadron or engineering group gets to this airport and starts to repair like the runway, the buildings, and so on. And just when the airfield is like the status is fully repaired, it's again operational, and enemy fighters, enemy aircrafts are able to take off from this airfield. The same with the bridge, for example. If you see a large column of tanks heading towards, I don't know, some of your city, and there is a river in front of them and just one bridge, you are able to destroy this bridge, so the tanks are unable to cross that river, and they are trying to find some other way around, maybe use some bridge nearby and cross that river on the other bridge. Or even you can destroy some SAM site, for example, and it's out of operation until the end of the war. So basically, if you destroy some radar, it won't be illuminating any targets whatsoever. So it's really amazing how this dynamic campaign works, and any losses which you inflict to the enemy has a big impact on the further development. The computer basically counts or calculates the outcomes of the missions, outcomes of the battles on the ground all the time in the real time, how the battle goes, and based on this, your missions are planned by the some mission schedule or some command. So none of the campaign is the same like before. So if you start the campaign 100 times, it will be 100 times different campaign with a lot of different missions going on. The air is simply full of enemies. It's not like in DCS where you have like a target to destroy some airfield, for example, which is protected by SA2 and SA3, for example. And if you fly anywhere else, it's like completely that area is just you, just the airfield, just the two SAM sites, and nothing else there. Maybe some aircrafts in the air. And if you load the mission again, it's always the same. So basically, you know that from the west there will be 2 MiG-29s, and that's it. That's all basically. So in this Falcon 4, for example, you are unable to predict the result of the mission. You never know what will be facing over the North Korea. And for example, if you are supposed to destroy some factory, some power plant in the North Korea, for example, and on your way there you run out of arms, you have to return back. Basically, you are not allowed to continue further in the enemy territory without any AMRAAMs or sidewinders, just because your F-16 and you as a pilot is worth more than the factory, for example. So your initial or your primary mission goal is to return to your base. That's your primary goal in this game. It's not the target to be destroyed, but it's you to be returned to base. So that's the difference between this game and other games. So you can return basically to your base. The mission is like failure, but you saved F-16, one F-16 for next mission. So it can so the AI or the command can plan another flight and go there and destroy the power plant again. So always try to return home. So that's the most important thing in this game, like in the real world. It's not worth to fly anywhere in the North Korea and get shot down there. And you never know what will be waiting for you there. So if you are somewhere on the border without any AMRAAMs, definitely turn back and fly to your base. So if you meet, for example, like two MiG-29s or two MiG-21s, you are dead. So pretty much that's it. That's the result. So no point to risk your life and risk losing your aircraft there. So I'm gonna start the campaign now. So let's start the campaign, and let's switch on some installation. Everything's off here currently on the map. So you can see how it looks like. There is like 5 missions already planned by the AI. By the command, I'm gonna stop the timer. So here you can see some packs which are already planned to be flight over the enemy territory. I'm just gonna switch on all these symbols on the map so I can see everything. Okay, I see ground units as well. Let's switch on the naval units. Let's turn on the threat circles just for the small altitude, just because if you select the high altitudes, you can see this, for example, this SA5. There are 2 SA5s covering like the majority of the North Korean airspace. And let's switch on the bullseye. The center of the bullseye is on the borders. Okay, somewhere here. So basically, there is a seed strike planned to be taking off at 9:23, 9:55. There is another pack flying this way. So here you can see the steer points. This is our Osan airbase, and there are a few steer points on our way. So basically steer point number 2, steer point number 3, initialization point number 4. So it is like square shape. Then a triangle, it's a target area. So basically this is our target. The number 6 is the steer point. Number 7 is the steer point, and number 8 is the landing steer point. It's our base again. So basically, here is the distance in the miles. So you can see that between the steer point 1 and steer point 2, there is 40 miles to be flown in the air. If I click to debriefing, I can see that it's a seed strike. Seed means just to suppress and destroy enemy air defense assets. So basically we are supposed to destroy these SA-2 missile launchers, so completely destroy them. There is possibility that there will be like flying some CAP aircraft, enemy aircrafts, which is close air patrol or combat air patrol nearby, might be in this area, so we might expect some enemies there. and the target might be defended by some ZSU-24 anti-aircraft guns, some Shilkas, and some HN-5A squad missile launchers. This is some Chinese variant. I don't know what kind of weapon this is, but doesn't matter. So here you can see the circle of the SA-2, the area which is covered by this SA-2. The second package has this target here, and they should destroy another SA-2 missile launchers. In this area, there is their target. There is also an seat escort going to fly behind us. Its takeoff time is 9:59, basically, and they should be here in this area operating. It's escorting us and preventing other some sites to target us while we are doing our job here. And there is an OCA strike planned together with this seat strike. This is a pack together with this. You can see this pack number. I'm pack number B or pack letter B. So I'm a completely separate pack, like the standalone pack. And there is a pack A, which consists of 4 aircrafts going to do OCA strike against the Nunchon-ni highway strip. So their target is to deal with this highway strip, so the enemy won't be using this, won't be able to use it in the future operations. It's a very short part of the highway where they can operate. Maybe they can land their refuel. So it's very important to destroy this this target. The seat escort will be covering them, and the seat strike will clear the way by destroying this this SA-2, which is on their way. It's going to take off first. So here you can see that basically 4, and 2 aircrafts. So together, 10 aircrafts are going to join this this one. Just one target is being destroyed by 10 F-16s. Each of them has own role and will be part of this whole package and will do the job. So here you can see the complexity of the operations here in the Falcon, and you can easily compare it with the complexity of the operations in the DCS. It's like game for, I don't know, some introverts which would like to fly alone all the time. So that was the briefing. Let's see the ammunition loadout for our F-16. So we have 4 AM-100 or 120B. So this is AMRAAM, the B variant, the Sidewinder 9M variant, which is the better variant. I'm gonna switch to the C variants. It's always better to use the AMRAAMs instead of the Sidewinders. Let me check the air-ground loadout. There is a AGM 154 joint standoff weapon. So basically it's against the SAM site. And the AGM on the outer pylons, there is a AGM-88 HARM missile, basically for destroying the radars of these SAM sites. So I'm gonna use such payload. Maybe I'm gonna switch to the... Okay, I'm unable to carry Mavericks on the inner pylon, so basically I'm gonna change for the CBUs. Maybe the CBU 50... where is it? 87 combined effect munitions. So let's take this. These are cluster bombs, mainly used for the mixture of the soft and the hard targets. So it contains droplets from just for the hard targets and for the soft targets as well. So I'm gonna use these for the destruction of the remainings of the SAM sites. So that's the loadout. You can see the weight of my aircraft, the max weight, the current weight. the fuel amount and the drag factor, which also inflicts how your F-16 performs. Oh, I was changing it in the second flight, sorry for that, doesn't matter, I will change it for my flight as well. And as you can see, the loadout is I will just change the AMRAAMs or sidewinders for the AMRAAMs. Let me quickly check the CBUs, like the cluster munition. Okay, it's 87 combined effect munition. So that's it. I'm gonna sit here as a flight leader. Let's run the time and let's press fly. You can select whether you would like to start only on the ramp, just to start your engine, turn all your systems, or on the taxiway. Basically, then you can taxi to the runway, or you can start on the takeoff. You are positioned on the runway and you just take off. I always prepare this taxi, basically. So 2 minutes to the takeoff. We are going to be positioned in the cockpit of our F-16. You might ask why my resolution is so low, but basically this game was released 30 years ago, so I had to slightly play with the resolution. I don't know why there is no sound whatsoever. And looks like the game got stuck just now. That's amazing. Okay, it's working now. Looks like so. Maybe I will have troubles to comment this game during the flight, just because this game is very talkative. You will see it once I airborne. It's a lot of things happening in this game. Lots of talking over the radio with the AVAX, with the ground control, with my wingman, with other, like you will hear like a lot of other voices over the radio. I cannot stop the rolling of my view. But now you can see how this game looks like, basically. I'm gonna jump back to the cockpit and not cause any delays on this space. It's always a lot of traffic on the airfields here, so a lot of stuff is taking off, a lot of stuff is just landing, so you have to be always careful. Always ask about the permission for the takeoff. So I'm not allowed to cross the runway. So let's talk to the...
1-1, Osan Tower. You are cleared for... Gypsy 1-1, ready for departure.
Okay.
Gypsy 1-1, Osan Tower. You are cleared for takeoff. Runway 26.
Okay, so I'm allowed for the takeoff. My call sign is Gypsy 1-1. Very interesting. But it's very common here in this game. So we are completely aligned with the runway. Let's take off. Once we reach 200 knots, I might be able to roll and take off. Okay, take off. Let's raise the landing gear. Okay, I will go slowly through the cockpit. You can see on the main cockpit. So in the center, in the middle, the transparent one is the head-up display for the pilot. On the left side you can see the speed. On the right side there is an altitude. In the middle there is a pitch ladder. Here, this one on the top, this one is the gun cross. It's where the gun is aiming or the gun is shooting, if I shoot him. Here, this is the flight path marker. It's the symbol where the aircraft is heading currently. So there's a difference between the gun cross and the actual heading of the aircraft, and this distance is called angle of attack. So basically, that's the angle of attack. If I aim this flight path marker to the ground here, for example, and if I put my hands off the joystick, the aircraft will collide exactly into this point. This point is all the time constantly computed, so you always see where your aircraft is heading. So that's it. This marker on the right side is the marker where my next steer point is. My next steer point is steer point number 2. You can see it here. There is the time, and this is the actual steer point. Then the panel below it is the instrument control panel, or ICP. You can basically set up all the systems of your F-16 here. For example, if I want to set up the bingo fuel, the bingo fuel warning for me, I go to second bingo. Currently, there is the total amount of the fuel in my aircraft. I can see it here, and the bingo is set to 1,500 pounds. So maybe I can change it to 2,000 pounds. Enter. Return. Where is return? Recall. I can see it now. Oh, here. Return. Okay. So now I've set up the bingo fuel warning for 2,000 pounds. So once I reach 2,000 pounds, I will receive the bingo fuel warning. So that's how it works. I'm gonna change slightly my direction just to gain more altitude and go through all these dials here. Here on the left side from the ICP, you can see the RWR. Basically, it's the radar warning receiver. It's the receiver which shows you the position of the enemy radars, and it can even recognize the type of the radar based on the frequency. You can see that there is a 16 behind me. That means that F-16 is somewhere behind me. It's illuminating me, and it's my wingman. He is somewhere flying. Here you can see him. So that's my wingman. He is flying just behind me. So I can see his signature here on this radar warning receiver. In the middle, here down below, there is the speed. So I'm flying currently on 0.8 Mach. Or this needle shows I'm flying something like 400, I don't know, something like that, knots. 417, basically. You can see it on the HUD as well. And this is the altimeter. You can see the altitude in 16,000 feet currently. It's the analog digit. The very important part here is this fuel flow. It's the gauge which shows you the fuel flow of your F-16 in gallons per flight per minute. It's a gallons per, no, it's, I don't know, per flight hour probably. Basically, I'm now flying on 100% thrust. This is the thrust gauge. If I reduce the thrust completely to the idle, it's 70% of the thrust. You cannot go lower in the jet engine. So basically you have 70% of your maximum revolutions per minute, or you can go to 100, and you can see how the fuel flow changes when I increase the fuel. On the idle, the fuel consumption is 800 gallons of fuel per hour. And if you pull a little bit, it goes much higher. This gauge on the top is showing you the afterburner, so basically I can go even further and start the afterburner. You can hear the sound as well, and you can see the fuel flow goes really like to the astronomical digits. So that's the afterburner. Okay, that's it. On the right side, this is the right MFD or the multifunctional display. On the left side is the left MFD, which is showing me currently the radar screen. This is all what my radar can see. You can see there is like no targets there currently. Here is the master arm switch. It's currently on by default when you take off. I'm now gonna switch off the lights, just because we are in the air and it's essential not to be lighted, so the enemies won't see you such easily. So this is the master light control. It's off, and you can see from the outside that all the lights on my aircrafts, all the external lights on my aircrafts are currently off. So that's the preparation for the flight. Let me quickly change my weapons. So let's switch these four. There's like 4 CBUs, 87 Bs. I switched them to the CCIP mode. It's the constantly computed impact point. And you can see on my HUD that the symbol changed, and you can see the exact point where the CBUs will fall if I drop them now. It's somewhere behind me. Okay, now you can see the point on the ground, and you can easily aim your F-16 and drop the bombs very precisely on the exact point. Okay, so that's the CBUs, and if I switch to the harms, I can see the harm screen, which shows you basically all the radars. Harm is able to track the radar position, which is currently operational. Remember this position or save the coordinates of this position and fly to the target if necessary without any problems, and to destroy this radar. I'm gonna switch back to the not horizontal, like the situation awareness. This is the HSD, is the horizontal situation display. So basically you can see the steer points. I can change the resolution. You can see the flight path here. The steer point 2 is blinking, so I know where it is located. I can directly change to the steer point 5, which is the target steer point, just by clicking on this button. It's the initialization point 4 and target steer point 5, and it's blinking on the HST, so you can see it's here. That's my target. Let me quickly ask AVAX about the air situation here.
Sentry 1, Gypsy 1-1. I need a vector to threat. Gypsy 1, Sentry 1, nearest threat MiG-19s. 4 ship bearing 310, 50 miles, 17,000.
Okay, so there is a formation of MiG-19s, but it's 50 miles away, so no risk for me. And here you can see on the left side, on the left MFD, you can see my radar. There are some targets already, but these are all friendly. Like basically, these are my friendly aircrafts. I can move my cursor and lock them if necessary. So just to designate the target. Now it is locked, and I be able to shoot my AMRAAMs onto the target. So I'm gonna release the lock. I do not want to make them nervous. so they are being locked. So that's basically the basics of this game. Maybe I will go through more of this, will tell you later. You can hear that it's a lot of things happening everywhere around you. Someone was just bombing the ground target with the CBUs, the cluster bombs. Someone is firing Fox 2, so it's Sidewinder.
Sentry 1, be advised, hostile sparing 305, 25 miles, 6,000.
I've just received the warning from the AVAX. You have to always hear your call sign, and when there is your call sign, someone mentioning it, it's a report for you, basically.
Fox 2. Cowboy 2-1, engaging, target bearing 285, 50 miles, 10,000. Sentry 1, Gypsy 1-1, I need a vector to threat. Gypsy 1, Sentry 1, nearest threat, MiG-19s, 3 ship, bearing 310, 15 miles, 5,000.
Okay, it's just 15 miles here in this direction, and 5 miles from the ground, so they are pretty low. Or Angels 5, so it's 5,000 feet. They are somewhere here in this direction.
Falcon 2-1, active, bearing 300, 100 miles.
Okay, let me check the screen of the harm. As you can see, there is my cursor moving on this screen here. That's the harm screen, and I cannot see any radar here like to be turned on in this waypoint. So the SA2 is currently switched off. I really need to wait until they turn it on, and then to be able to lock the radar of it. It is still off.
Fox 2.
Or maybe it's been destroyed already by other package, I don't know. Might be also this case.
Fox 2. 1, Fox 3 medium.
There are just F-16s all around me.
2, Fox 3 close. 1, pitbull. Fox 2.
Okay, seems like the SA2 is completely off. So I'm gonna fly further into the North Korean territory and try to find some other target for my harms.
Gypsy 1, Sentry 1, be advised.
I do not want to take them home with me.
15 miles, 10,000.
You can see this S all around. It's just the search radar. It's basically the radar on some airfield or something like that. It's not a threat for you. It's just the search radar which knows about you. It's illuminating you probably, but it's not a big threat for you. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna switch to the air mode.
Fury 2-1, emitting, bearing 265,
just to see the air situation.
Sentry 1, Gypsy 1-1, I need a vector to threat. Gypsy 1, Sentry 1, nearest threat, MiG-19, Singleton, bearing 245, 2 miles, 10,000.
Okay, it's just one MiG-19. I'm gonna ignore him. There is some aircrafts here in the distance. I can see them on the radar.
Sentry 1, Gypsy 1-1, declare.
Let's declare them.
Gypsy 1-1, Sentry 1, contact is outlaw.
Okay, so these are bandits.
Gypsy 1, Sentry
I'm gonna shoot
1,
them down.
hostile sparing 270.
They are in range of my
15 miles,
AMRAAMs, so
6,000.
let's shoot an AMRAAM on them.
Fox 3 medium. Bruiser. Fury 2-1, SA-4, emitting, bearing 255, 80 miles. Falcon 3-2, direct hit. Pave way. Stud 2-3,
I've lost the lock. It happens.
2, Fox 3 medium. 2, pit bull.
They turned away.
2, pit bull.
The wall formation of these aircrafts turned away, they are flying away, so the AMRAAM won't be able to shoot them down.
3 long.
I should have waited for the closer distance. Therefore, I will be able to shoot them down.
Target bearing 095, 15 miles, 1,000.
It's still following him, the AMRAAM, but it's completely out of energy, so won't be able to catch him.
Airman down, bullseye, 305, 50 miles. We will set up a rest cap here. 2, Pitbull. Fox, Sentry 1, Gypsy 1-1, declare. Gypsy 1-1, Sentry 1, contact confirmed, hostile. ID is MiG-19.
Okay, MiG-19. And you can see on the left side there is a SAM site being shooting some missiles. Let's increase my speed. Okay, he will definitely eat this AMRAAM. Pitbull, so the AMRAAM already is using his own radar and it's seeing this target. So this MiG-19 is dead, definitely.
Ejecting.
And someone is shooting SAMs at me. The SA-5 is shooting at me. So let's get out of here. Okay. The missile lost the track. But if they shoot a missile at me, that means that they switch on the radar, and that's the moment I was waiting for. So basically, let's turn to the SA-5 and let's see where the radar is. It should be somewhere here. Inside the circle, definitely there is a circle. I'm inside of it.
Snake eyes. Snake eyes.
Okay, that's the missile. The distance, it's not going for me, definitely there is no warning for me.
Snake eyes. Snake
So
eyes.
let's now switch to the
Snake eyes.
harm pot.
Snake eyes.
There is SA-5 in the distance here. Let's wait a couple of seconds so I'll be able to lock it. I'm unable to move cursor any more higher. It's locking me. Okay, now you can hear that SA-5 is shooting at me. They fired a missile at me, so let's lock it and let's fire a harm.
Magnum.
So, Magnum,
Shaft flare.
let's fly away. The Magnum will find its target. So they lost the track.
Cobra 2-1, engaging target bearing 100, 60 miles, 24,000.
It's very, very sensitive, like to move all these things across the cockpit. There is something behind my... Let me say my wingman to check my 6. Where is it? Clear my 6, 7.
Gypsy 1-2, clear my 6.
There is a MiG-19 behind us.
2, stripping. Break high. Engaging MiG-19, 5 o'clock, low. 1, pit bull. Mayday, airman down. Bullseye.
Looks like they switched off the
050,
radar
25 miles.
of the SA-5.
We will set up a rest cap here.
Or maybe not, it's still on. Somewhere in the
2,
distance.
hit and 1, Fox 3 long.
I hope my harm will find its target. So many aircrafts in the air. And also some ground targets here. Can switch between them, I view. Okay, the harm is already falling down. I hope he will hit the SA-5. SA-2 got active on my 9 o'clock. I can see it here on my radar warning receiver, so it's a 2. It's SA-2 somewhere nearby, so let's quickly switch to the harm pot. And I can see a small 2 here on this screen. And it's already firing at me, so there is a missile in the air.
Magnum.
So I fired a Magnum at it, and now let's try to dodge this missile. It's very close to me. I'm really afraid. They switched the radar in the last second.
2, Fox 3 long.
Chaff flare.
I'm unable to use like proper view. Oh, it hit me. I was hit by that missile. I saw it like flying. Okay, let's eject.
2, defensive.
So that was the first mission. I was way far behind the front line. That was the mistake. So that was my mistake. I was shot down by the SA-2. Let's see the outcome of this mission. And that will be all for today's video. I will show you more missions in the future, definitely. So the mission is failed just because I wasn't able to strike this assigned SA-2. I attacked another SA-2 and I assigned the SA-5 just because the target was already destroyed. I was rescued from the behind the line, so the status is rescued. I was able to destroy one
Checker 1, we are
one
heading
enemy,
home.
which was okay. So SA-5 launched at me.
Viper 5,
Then I
left
downed
home.
one MiG-19. Another SA-5 launched at me. Another MiG-19 was downed by Gypsy 1-2, so that was my wingman. I was Gypsy 1-1 and he was Gypsy 1-2. SA-2 launched at Iceman 9:45. SA-2 launched at Iceman 9:45, so just 10 seconds behind it. Another missile. I was able to destroy this radar 9:46, but I ejected. So just before I ejected, the harm hit this fan song, this radar, and destroyed it completely. So
1-2, attacking ground target.
just few
Bullseye,
seconds
045,
earlier,
10 miles.
and the missile wouldn't be able to hit me. So the missile will lose its track because of the radar destruction. So the first AMRAAM missed, the second hit the MiG-19. It was the AMRAAM where the bandit just fly away, and the first harm missed, and the second hit the Fansong B, which is the radar of the SA-2. And my wingman destroyed one MiG-19 and was able to rescue to return to base. So that was the first mission. As you can see, a lot of other missions planned just for our squadron. This is just for our squadron. You can see a lot of missions here. There are other missions for other squadrons, basically. So you can choose whatever mission you want to fly, jump into it and fly your next mission. You can see the status of the mission, so some of them are landing, some of them are already egressing from the target area, some of them are still ingressing to the target area, and some of them are just in debriefing status. Maybe let's fly the seed strike or the seed strike here, 9:55. Let's stop the timer. Okay, it's these missions. Oh, this seed strike is completely useless. It's never gonna happen to fly there. So let's jump to this ATO, air tasking order, and let's I'm unable to dismantle such and I didn't save the progress. Okay, that's perfect. So I just jumped out of the campaign without saving my progress, so I have to start it again. Luckily, it was just the first mission. Okay, let's try to fly this seed strike in my next video. Let's save it now. Don't forget about it. So the campaign is saved. I was pretty sure I should be able to like cancel such flights, but maybe it's not possible in Falcon 4. It's definitely possible in Falcon 4 Elite Force. If you see something like this is happening, like some of your aircrafts are flying to the other side of the North Korea, it's a completely stupid idea to fly there. There is no possibility just to destroy this target, so you can always cancel such flights. And maybe you can also play a little bit with the, like when you start your career, you can simply your campaign, you can simply play with these areas and deny some of them, so no packages will be planned in such such areas, for example. Okay, so let's save it once again. That was my first video about the Falcon 4. Please let me write into the comment section down below whether you remember this game, whether you have played this game, maybe just if you remember how successful you was in this game. Maybe how many flight hours do you have, or how many missions, how many completed carriers do you have. I spent quite time in this game, but to be honest, I quickly jumped into the Falcon 4 Elite Force, which is like more successful, it even moved more forward this game, so it's a better like variant of this game. So I was playing it a lot, but basically this Falcon 4 was the beginning of all of this Falcon series back then, so it's was really amazing. And just I just wanted to show you a couple of missions in this game, and after that I will jump to the Elite Force. I'm very used to play Elite Force, so I will be able to show you more in that game. It also offers higher resolutions, better graphics, so you will see the huge difference between the Falcon 4 and the Elite Force, basically. But anyway, please write me in the comment section down below how do you like this game, whether you remember it. I'm pretty sure all of you which are currently subscribed to my channel remember this game, just because it's probably the best simulator which was released ever, like in any era. It wasn't just the evolution, it was just a revolution when this game came out back then. So guys, thank you for watching this video. As always, have fun, take care, and bye.